somewhere around my late 30s, I got bored of just being in basic shape and looking somewhat fit topless, but barely like someone who lifts in a shirt. I was also going through a bit of a funk, not having a lot of drive with my goals in life, and feeling that I needed something to spark that eye of the tiger again.
You had that eye of the tiger, man, and now you gotta get it back.
So I decided to repeat the thing that helped me get out of such a phase in my late 20s and see if it works. Oh, and what was the thing? Getting in the best freaking shape of my life. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the 4 pieces of equipment that I'm using at home to achieve my goal, so I don't waste time going to the gym, plus I don't like training at the gym. Anyway, these offer the best value for money if you want to keep your budget somewhere around, I would say, $1,000, and can easily fit in a basement, a garage, or even your home office if, like me, you live in a flat and you're relatively tight on space. Obviously, this is a serious enough investment for most of us, but still a lot cheaper than a fully packed home gym and what most people pay on average for a gym membership by the end of the year. Plus, you get to keep the equipment for life. By the way, before we jump into the video, if you want a blueprint of how I got started and got in shape before all this, training strictly bodyweight with just a set of gymnastic rings and something to hang them from, make sure you also download my free beginner's guide, Bodyweight First, link in the top and comment below. If you ask most people in amazing shape, what is the king of all pulling exercises and building a rugged, strong back and arms, the dominant answer, without a doubt, would be pull-ups. Still, even if all you did was hang every day, that alone would improve the quality and health of your spine and shoulders, which is why the first piece of equipment in your priority list should be a pull-up bar. Your top options here are: number 1, if you can drill on some kind of wall, a wall-mounted pull-up bar, or number 2, the safer option, a standalone pull-up bar. Personally, since there are not a lot of places I can drill in my apartment, plus in my experience, wall-mounted pull-up bars usually end up doing some kind of damage on your walls, I've decided to go with the latter option. And after having tried most popular kinds of standalone pull-up bars during the previous years, I have to say that nothing has compared so far to Gore Nation's premium pull-up station, whether we're talking about build quality, comfort in terms of enough height, and most importantly, stability. My second favorite choice would probably be the Bull Bar 2.0, which I love in terms of practicality since you can fold it and throw it in a storage room when you need the extra space. That said, although I do not think it could get any better than the Bull Bar 2.0 when it comes to a foldable option, training on such a pull-up bar never really feels that stable at the end of the day, which is why I've decided to stick with something more rigid. By the way, you can find links for all my equipment recommendations today in the description below. And although there are a ton of options out there, especially nowadays, and obviously I haven't tried every single one of these, the ones I do recommend below are only those that I've tested extendedly and I can vouch for. If I had to choose the best value for money piece of equipment, honestly, this would be it. Gymnastic rings are easy to throw in a backpack. You can take them on the road or on vacation, and you basically have all you need to maintain your gains. You can do pull-ups, rows, bicep curls, tricep extensions, core work, shoulder work on them, and much more. The ones I'm currently using at home are, again, Gore Nation's rings, which I would say I'm happy with. Still, at this point, I wouldn't say, though, that I have a favorite brand to recommend when it comes to gymnastic rings, since most of them that cost around $50 are usually pretty decent. For example, the pair I have lying around my car at the moment is the one I bought back in 2018. And even though these have some really serious miles on them after coaching 6 to 8 people a day on them for years other than myself, unfortunately, they are not available online anymore, since due to their durability and awesome color, these would be definitely my number 1 recommendation. Another pair I always have in a backpack with me are Kensui's Duo Rings, which I love because of the luxury of having the option to choose between both a thick and thinner grip. Plus, because the straps are less bulky, they can smoothly fit with the rings in a laptop sleeve. Still, I do have some mixed thoughts on these, but I'll share those in a future video. Dips are the upper body squat, especially once you start loading them. They are an amazing chest and tricep builder. Plus, once again, I love the decompression effect they have on my spine, as my lower back always cracks and pops during those first few reps, and I can feel it actively loosen up as I lean on those dip bars more and more. Here, there are 3 things you want to be mindful of when looking for a proper dip station. Number 1 is that both bars or grips are connected in one way or another. Otherwise, if you just get something like a pair of parallettes, let's say, these can feel quite unstable, especially during high intensity sets, limiting therefore your effort and gains. The second important feature is that your dip station is tall enough. So definitely don't pick anything that is, I would say, shorter than 120 to 130 centimeters if you want to perform your dips with comfort. Lastly, I would highly recommend a dip station that also allows you to adjust the width, since more often than not, one-piece dip stations tend to be on the wider side, which can cause problems on your shoulders in the long run. Personally, I'm happy to say that this year I am a proud owner of the premium dip station, again from Core Nation. And although this one is definitely on the pricier side of dip stations, it's also probably the highest quality home dip station you can find on the market right now. That said, after doing some research for you guys for a more budget option online, covering all 3 features that I just mentioned, I would say that the Yes for All dip station on Amazon seems to be your best pick at the current moment. Next, we'll be needing a pair of dumbbells. Dumbbells allow you to load your lower body in ways that calisthenics are limited. They're great for exercises such as Romanian deadlifts, which are a must if you want to bulletproof your lower back as you grow older like me. They are great for training your shoulders and also isolating your arms. Here you have 2 main options: old school spin lock dumbbells, which will basically last you a lifetime, and they are by far your best budget option. Or if you want to invest a bit more, dial adjustable dumbbells have been a huge time and space saver for me, especially since I became a dad. The only thing you want to be aware of here is making sure you get a high quality pair with ideally a couple of years of guarantee, since dial adjustable dumbbells are popular for malfunctioning and having all kinds of problems, especially the low budget options. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the Brain Gain dial adjustable dumbbells because other than adjusting the weight in lightning speed through the grip, you can also hide them in plain sight, like in this living room furniture, for example, that I got for just $40. They are definitely more compact than most bulky adjustable dumbbells out there. They look pretty slick. They have the best grip I've ever used. And lastly, but not leastly, they allow you to increase the weight in small 1.5 kilo increments, which is perfect for applying slow and smooth progressive overload and therefore destroying plateaus. So if you're interested in these, definitely check out the detailed video review I made of them a few months ago. I'll include a link at the end of the video. Finally, a few more tips here. If you go for dial adjustable dumbbells, make sure that your pair goes up to at least 30 kilos per dumbbell if you're a complete beginner, or even better, 40 kilos per dumbbell if you're more of an intermediate. And if you go for the spin lock ones, get different variations of weights so you can adjust them easily to your level depending on the exercise. Some final thoughts here. Some other great low budget tools that you can use in combination with all the above that I mentioned today are: number 1, a weight belt for your pull-ups and dips once you become more advanced, and a military backpack to load your rows and push-ups. That was all for today. Don't forget to download my free beginner's guide, Bodyweight first. Check out the top right corner to have a look at my video review of my favorite dial adjustable dumbbells by Brain gain, or continue to watch the rest of my journey on how I'm getting jacked in my 40s without the gym in the top left corner. And until next time, keep on training.